You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 1 of season 2 of the Dialed In Show. Steven, we back.
We're back, season 2. Can you believe it? And you didn't
No,
want to take a break,
I didn't.
but did you enjoy it?
I guess so. I guess it was cool. Now getting back into the swing of things, we're kind of getting back to our old way of doing it, our original way of doing it. So I think in some ways I don't know. I was about to say it might not be as much stress on us as far as getting up as early as we had been lately. But no, the break was good.
It's still a work in progress, right? We'll see. I mean, most podcasts are not live, and not saying we don't value the interaction with everyone. I just wanted it to be cleaned up a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you gotta get used to. I mean, we both already wake up early, but you gotta get used to adding this to your calendar again. And man, when I mean people were asking me multiple times, when is season 2? Like people in Dallas and not in Dallas. Like, oh, are y'all done with the podcast? When is it coming back? I mean, hopefully, we get more subscribers and get a bigger following this season.
And I'd be consistent with putting it out on the podcast platform.
Oh my God. I mean, you shooting us in the foot.
I got to see if I even remember how to do it.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't done it in a while. It's been a minute. I'm sure I do. Matter of fact, I know. Well, I'll tell you about that later. I was about to say, do we even still have the account? But I know we still have it.
Oh my God.
Not like the
Jeez.
I'm talking about the platform that you use to distribute the podcast. But
so you've just let it all go to hell.
What have you done since season 1? What's been going on with you?
Taking a mental break from politics. Now the election was over. Just taking a break and preparing for this new year. I do a lot of politics. I go to Austin next week for the start of the legislature in Texas. So just I think kind of just relaxing and resetting. What about you? It's been a long time.
Because we stopped right before or after the election.
Right after the election.
Right after, man. So since the beginning of November, like second week in November, something like that. Man, yeah. I mean, it's been busy. We had Christmas, Thanksgiving. There's a lot that's taken place since season 1 ended. Thanksgiving was different. You were in Texas for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I had to work.
Yeah, and then you were home for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to our cousin's graduation, not on Christmas, but like
a
week or two before Christmas. Then New Year's Eve, you were in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now we here.
Season 2, man. Yeah. We got a new image. We got new, we're trying to provide quality content for you guys in this new season. We'll see how it goes, but we want you guys' feedback. We want you to like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff we were preaching last year. We want you to do it even more this year.
Yeah, shout out to all the dialers or dialed in fam, whichever side you.
I was say, is that still I think you need to just pick a name. Like season 2, we can't just still be. We don't know what this is.
Well, we didn't agree on what to call them.
What did you say?
I said dialed in fam.
All right, whatever.
But I know some of them like to be called the dialers. I think you can be called whatever you want to be called. This is America. We getting back to America. Starting January 20th.
We're definitely getting back to America. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Very much so. Man, a lot has happened since we've been back, man.
You talking about politically or just what are you talking about?
Well, politically, but in general, I mean, Jimmy Carter's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't make it to 2025.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and I mean, we're getting all off the run of the show, I guess. But unfortunately, we started the year off with what happened in New Orleans. And so I think it's just a reminder of, and I'm going to do a little bit of research about terrorist attacks in other countries, and
Mhm.
I don't know if we just don't
Well, but
report on
I
it.
don't think they really called them terrorist attacks.
Okay,
Like, especially if you're talking about like a third world country, it's
well,
just an incident, a
no,
murder.
even China.
Mhm.
I'm talking about
You're
major
saying, do they
countries.
have homegrown terrorists? What? In what way are you talking about
I
terrorists?
guess what I'm trying to say is when I was saying this is America and we have our freedoms, but
Mhm.
in many ways, America, we have a lot of issues that other countries don't necessarily deal with.
Oh, yeah, we have a ton of issues in other countries.
Eh, and so it's just interesting that this is and I feel like it is the best country in the world, greatest country,
Mhm.
freest country to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I'd rather be here than somewhere else. I'll say that on the record.
you know, everywhere both of us have traveled internationally. Everywhere I've ever been, I've always wanted to come back home.
But it's also all you know. So,
Right. That exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The older I get and the more you got to pay co-pays and deductibles and all that type of stuff, Switzerland, Sweden, whatever, all that looks real attractive. Canada. I was watching a video with President Trudeau the other day. I said, you know
Justin
what?
Trudeau. Mhm.
Huh?
Justin Trudeau,
Yeah. I
Prime
said,
Minister.
you know what? I might would move to Canada. I said, man.
Doubt it, but okay.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. I'm just saying, it's 2025. I believe is gonna be a great year, but it's just like any other year. It's not gonna be without its challenges. So
Yeah, and that's all the time.
yeah,
No matter who's in the White House, no matter, I mean, it's all
look, if you're ready to segue into this, I really hope that y'all's 2025 isn't like this man's ride in this what Waymo? I don't know.
Waymo. First off, would you ride in a driverless vehicle?
Before seeing what we about to show them, I probably would have said
He
yes.
didn't die.
I probably would have said yes, but after, I don't know. I don't know.
Y'all take a look at this man. He was trying to get to the airport.
Okay, why is this happening to me on a Monday? I'm in a Waymo
Connected
car.
to rider support. This call
And
may be recorded for quality assurance.
this car is just going in circles.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo Support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue. Please
Yeah.
bear with me while I am.
Yeah, I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really, really sorry, Mike. We're
Would you have even recorded? You would probably be freaking out.
Yeah, because at that point, it would have been like, okay, how do I get out? The car won't
Yeah,
stop.
because you ain't about to just jump out while it's spinning.
So it's like, I would call 911.
He called like customer service and she was like, "Did you try using the app?" Like, I would have cursed that lady out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm in a car, it is just going in circles, and I'm about to be late to my flight. They gave him his ride for free.
Did he make his flight on time?
I don't know. But he got a
That's
free ride.
Can you imagine? Forget the free ride. I went in circles on a merry-go-round. Can you imagine getting in that car and it literally just starts driving in circles?
Man. And then I didn't really look to see how long, but it was long enough. Like, just going in circles, and he's like, "Can you take control of this vehicle?" Like,
I wonder, and I don't know anything about no Waymo or that type of car. It looked
mhm.
like, I don't know what that is. But I would have tried to jump in the front seat.
Then you would have messed up the wheel and then crashed.
I
You
don't
saying
know.
like tried to hit the brake
Yeah,
pedal? Mm.
try to cut the car off, do something, because man, we going in circles. That's that's
Whew.
that's
And if you
scary
look,
because
there's videos of like, I don't know if it's the same Waymo, but of autonomous vehicles, and they're just going in circles in parking lots. Like, it's other videos of this happening.
But see, that's scary because if it can lose control of itself and go in circles, to me, it can just drive off the side of a cliff.
At
Like,
least it went in circles in a parking lot. Like, can you imagine if you were on I-20 and it just started? Oh my goodness.
You talking about
Ooh.
you get some
You
money,
gonna get some money.
but you might be messed up.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is the question.
Either way, I am falling out on the ground. I can't walk. I am injured. I am seriously injured. But
Man.
y'all let us know because we still gonna read the comments
Yeah,
and stuff. Let us know. Would you ride in a driverless vehicle?
I would do it.
Well, but then I think this gives a good perspective. Be careful where you're riding it to. Don't be in a time crunch.
Oh yeah. And granted, he might have left, 2 hours early or something. But yeah, don't be whew,
Don't be taking one to the airport.
definitely not Atlanta. That car wouldn't know what to do pulling up to Atlanta's airport. Oh my goodness.
Then that's the other thing. How does it know? Can you talk to it? How does it know like when to let you out and when?
At the end of the route. What you
But
mean?
I'm saying, okay, so if I get directions to the to take you to the airport, I mean I don't use the
Mhm,
directions, but let's say I get directions. If I'm
mhm.
not mistaken, right when I kind of get to the airport itself, it says you have arrived. Can you
Oh,
imagine? The like you got to go down that road before you get to
mhm.
the actual thing
Yeah.
where you let out. You get right off the exit. It say, "Well, you have arrived. Get out." Like no, that's I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, man.
My
But
answer is
so
no. I don't want to ride.
you wouldn't do it.
No.
Why? I
Mm-mm.
think that's cool. I think it'd be cool. All right. So, being from the great state of Georgia, both of us. I was born in South Carolina, but grew up in Georgia. Um, Chick-fil-A, the pride of
Wait,
Georgia.
you know what I just thought about?
What?
Which this is crazy. It's just that I've never thought about it. So your birth certificate is from South Carolina.
Unfortunately. Yeah,
I
no.
just
But I was born on Fort Jackson in South Carolina,
I
so
just never thought about
I would assume it's in South Carolina.
that. You
Or
know what
United
would be
States
cool?
military.
Huh?
I said, or United States Army.
What I was just about to say, you know what would be cool is if all children born on like military bases, it says like the United States. Like it's not like the state. You get what I'm saying?
To be completely honest, I don't even know what my birth certificate looks like.
You never I had to get mine for
I mean,
something.
I've had to get it from mom for something. I don't know what it looks like. To be completely, I do not know.
Now, I think, and I could be wrong, y'all correct us or we can look it up. I think when kids are born overseas on military bases, I think there's is still some kind of way like the United States. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
I don't know.
No, I know you're an American citizen if you're born in another country and your mother is from America. Just like Ted Cruz was born in Canada, but he's an American because his mother is American, and some other people. But I
Hmm.
think the person, I don't know. I do not know.
We're gonna
Hmm.
have to look that up. I've never thought about it. I don't know.
But yeah, now I need to ask mom. Does mine say United
She
States
ain't
Army?
gonna know.
Why she not gonna know?
She's not. She probably don't even know where your birth certificate is.
Wow.
I mean, she don't know where mine is. I had to get mine. Me and Dad, we went to the Vital Records to get mine. It was so no, they don't have your birth certificate.
Don't put that on your mom.
I think a whole lot of parents of 30-something-year-old children don't know where their birth certificates
They
are.
keep it between the mattress.
Oh, okay. I would not keep my
Have you seen those
35-year-old
memes where it's
child's
like
birth certificate
you asking your mom for an important document and it's her looking under the mattress?
under
Uh,
the mattress or the bed.
in between the mattress, the bed and the box spring.
Oh no, no.
No? Well, all right. So the pride of Georgia, Chick-fil-A.
Is it
Chick-fil-A has
really?
Chick-fil-A is the pride of Georgia. Chick-fil-A and Coke. What do you mean?
I was gonna say if we had to pick one
Oh
pride of
yeah,
Georgia,
Coke. Yeah, of course. Chick-fil-A is if Coke is the father, then Chick-fil-A is the son.
yeah,
And Waffle House is the Holy Ghost.
because Waffle House was started right there in Avondale.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost. There you go. There's the Trinity. Coke, Chick-fil-A, and Waffle House.
You know what? All of y'all,
Ooh, Delta gonna get mad.
all of
Delta's
y'all
huge.
across the country, really the world, but all y'all across the country, just think talking about from Georgia, you wouldn't have Coca-Cola, you wouldn't have Chick-fil-A, you wouldn't have Waffle House.
It just would have been created somewhere else. But I understand what you're saying.
No, ain't but one Truett Cathy. Ain't
There would have
but
been
one.
somebody else.
Them. I think there was brothers or their cousins or some who started Waffle House. Now I don't know who made Coca-Cola, but yeah, CNN.
It was just yes, Micah. Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay, well, you can say that about anything.
Okay.
It was,
Yeah. Okay. Delta, CNN, Home Depot.
but these are major like
Yeah.
country staples that are like when you talk about not many cities can say. Think about it for just a second.
Mhm.
Not many cities can say when it comes to I don't know what category you would put it in, news or television, radio or whatever, that one of the largest
Mhm.
came from your city. When it
Yeah.
comes to beverages, one of the
Yeah.
largest comes from your city. When it
Yeah.
comes to restaurants, one of the largest. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe privately held restaurant companies, I think Chick-fil-A is the largest in the country. Privately held.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
So that's
It's a lot of impact, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Back to my story. The pride of Georgia, Chick-fil-A, has tinkered with its fries. Have y'all tasted anything recently? So I had to do some research because I actually said that I was going to try to not eat fries the rest of this month. But then I saw the story and said I had to try it last night. Got some Chick-fil-A fries. Apparently now they have pea starch on them to make them crispier.
They have what?
Pea starch, PEA.
Oh. Look, I'm like, pea from what? I just
What pea do you think it would be, Micah?
I don't know. You'd be surprised what's in some of this stuff we eat. So I
Why
don't
would Chick-fil-A volunteer themselves for controversy to have urine starch on your
know.
fries?
I don't know. Now, is it like pea from like a peanut?
PEA.
Like a vegetable pea.
Chick-fil-A and all these other companies strive to not have peanuts in their stuff. They used to fry your chicken in peanut
Right.
oil, but now everybody got allergies and weak. Hey, these generations are weaker, man. Everybody allergic to everything. All right, can't have nothing. Back to the
But that's
story.
not their fault.
Back to the story. If I said pea, why would you think peanut?
All I heard was pea
Pea starch.
start, and I'm like, what is that?
If it was peanut, I would say peanut starch.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't involve peanuts anymore. It used to be in peanut oil, fried. That would give it its unique taste.
So here's the question.
Pea
Because
starch on the fries to make them crispier. Some people are on social media saying they don't taste good anymore. I got them yesterday. They taste the same. They were crispy, but they taste the same.
now, I told you I had some on Saturday, and the more that I think about it,
Oh, here we go.
no, listen, I do remember eating one of them. This was, and I didn't know anything about them changing. I do remember eating one of them and said, this tastes funny. But then I just,
Was it crispier or did it taste saltier?
the texture didn't seem different to me. The taste seemed different, but not enough to make me not want to eat them.
Was that what did it taste? Did it taste saltier?
Maybe saltier, if I had to
So
say.
mine tasted a little saltier, but I don't know if the pea starch made it saltier or was Jerome just heavy-handed in the bag.
Or it could have been Karen.
Could have
Listen,
been Karen.
I got not a question because you can't necessarily answer, but you can offer your opinion. Maybe, I don't know. When we go back to the allergy thing, you talk about how kids nowadays or people just have more allergies than before. I think, and I'll talk to somebody else about it.
Right.
I think it's just an interesting thing about it brings up the conversation about vaccinations, and you can get even deeper and then talk about young Black boys and how it can affect them, and the conversation about autism and all this kind of stuff. And the reason why it's also on my mind is because we're gonna talk about Jimmy Carter in a little bit. He and his wife, I was watching a video the other day. Rosalind, is it Rosalind? Rosalind.
Rosie.
They were huge champions of vaccinations, obviously in other countries, but also here. And it's like, man, now neither one of us have kids, but the more I be looking at stuff, especially when they talk about Black kids, it's like, man, I don't know if I would really want this vaccination stuff.
And then have your kids sick and die.
But they might not.
But they might.
But it's my thing.
You're making them more susceptible to disease and virus.
Okay. But we both, well, I don't know if you know, but I'm sure you do. You know a lot of people. So I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I know, and I wouldn't be surprised if you know of people who have, in particular, let's talk about Black boys, who have a Black boy who age 1 or 2, they were fine. Then at 3, it just so happened around time they went and got some
That
shot.
might not have to do with the vaccination. That might have to do with their DNA.
I know. We'll have to dig in.
Yeah, I'm saying some things don't become present at the age of 1 that may become present at the age of 5, or that may become present at the age of 10. That might just be what they were going to be.
You said it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
I think that there's still some type of correlation between the timing of some of these vaccinations. There's research on it.
I'm just saying, I agree with vaccinations. Now, if you're talking about, it's a free country, people shouldn't be forced in certain settings to get vaccinations. But for me, I'm getting a shot.
But here's where it all comes back, circle around to this urine starch.
Oh my God! Don't say that. It is PEA starch. For the record,
I think that a lot of why we have certain issues going on with allergies, etc., is because of the food that we consume.
Yes. What's that got to do with shots?
No, it made me think about it because
we're eating a lot of stuff we shouldn't be eating. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, and to close this point out, I was talking to somebody who's in his 70s, and he was saying to me about how all these people nowadays want to be so healthy and not eat pork and not eat this and not eat that. And he was saying how when he was growing up down in Montgomery, Alabama, pretty much like on a farm, that they ate all that kind of stuff. The pork, but it wasn't nothing added to it. It was straight. It was pure. It was clean. It was nothing. And so it's like, it's all these things, which is why those who are closest to me know I want to live on a farm. I want to be able to eat off of the cow that was outside. I want to eat from the pig that's down in the mud around the corner. I want to. That's a dream of mine, to be able to eat real fresh produce and meat.
You can still do that. It's expensive. You can still do it.
It's expensive. It's very expensive.
No, we have. I mean, just think about the things we drink. Like, there's so many added things that we shouldn't be drinking, adding, that now we're used to because that's what we do. What's that? Apple juice? What is that?
It's apple juice.
Oh yeah, it's got added sugar. It's got numbers and words that you can't pronounce.
And those the ones that jack you up.
Yeah. So the homework for you guys is go get some Chick-fil-A fries and tell us what you think. They didn't taste different to me. I don't understand it. Sometimes some people, things just ain't gonna be right for nobody, And
when I was in high school, had a teacher from, I believe he was from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't Chicago, he was from up north somewhere. And all of us, it was a big deal. It was like a treat. Like if you got Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits, like that was a big deal. You in high school, you happy to get a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit. So I don't remember what was going on. They brought in all these chicken biscuits, and he didn't want one. And we was like, why you don't want one? He said, why would I want to eat fried chicken for breakfast? And
Well, it's the South.
we were like, what you mean?
This is the South.
So yeah,
That's a big difference. I mean, people don't eat like we grew up eating in other parts of the country.
grits. They be liking cream. Not what they call it.
What's what, cream of wheat?
Yeah, isn't that like oatmeal?
I guess I don't eat it.
I like oatmeal.
Hmm.
You don't like oatmeal?
Oatmeal's a bit overrated. No, people add a lot of stuff to their oatmeal to make it good.
Oh yeah, now I don't like now. If you just talking about just nothing but just regular oats and some almond milk, ew, no, that ain't what I'm talking about. Mm-mm.
What are you talking about?
Oatmeal with some either now. If it's gonna be real oats, you gotta add some fruit. You need to add some yogurt or something in there. You need to add stuff for me. I can't just do them overnight oats, whatever where they put and let it. But go get you some of them packs that's the peach and cream or blueberry or strawberry and cream. Put you some milk in it.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the microwave. Won't eat you that at 2:00 in the morning.
I always like once a year try to give oatmeal a try, and I buy the strawberry pack or the apple, whatever.
Ooh, apple, cinnamon, yes.
I just don't really care for it.
Oatmeal's good. Use milk. And if you really want to get fancy, but see, this is making it completely unhealthy. Pour you some sugar over in there, or
yeah, people do that,
or put honey in it. Yeah. Eat it. If you can't sleep at night, get you a hot bowl of oatmeal. It stick to your stomach. You go right to sleep.
Y'all let us know what you think of Chick-fil-A fries. I don't think there's an issue. Transitioning to politics. Micah's favorite topic. Is your first political discussion of the new year.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Most divided country in the world.
Yes, we suck. That's a fact. All right. So, and let me preface this by saying I have information and details because some people have tried to defend this man, and I can reply with whatever you want to reply with. Vice President Kamala Harris swore in the new senators, and after they get sworn in on the floor, they do individual reenactment, basically, in a mock background of the U.S. Senate. So the Nebraska senator, who happens to be a Republican, got sworn in. Take a look at this video first.
Thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, sure.
Now, this is where I'm saying I have information to back things up because, so one, the senator's husband never looked at the vice president. Okay. She tried to shake his hand. He did not shake her hand. And so there was a huge Twitter fight yesterday about this because now people have shown a wide shot of the picture saying, oh, well, he was holding a cane. That's why he did not shake her hand. I'm not buying it. One, you can switch hands. Two, some people say, well, he had the Bible in his hand. His wife took the Bible from him, and then he put his hand in his pocket. What do you think about this? I don't want to call it incident, this interaction.
I'm not one that likes to make everything be racial or be about gender or whatever. But it's very difficult to try and make this not be about all those things. Here you have, interestingly enough, his wife is the one that's being sworn in as the senator.
And she shook the vice president's hand.
Right. But more than likely, because I don't know anything about the man in particular, but his wife's a Republican, so more than likely he's a Republican. Mm-hmm. Given the current state of politics in America, he looks to be at least over 70 years old. Mm-hmm. He's a white male. His wife's now a Republican senator from Nebraska. I would argue that he supports Donald Trump. I would argue.
Yeah, that's not a secret.
Yeah, that he does not like Vice President Kamala Harris. we are supposed to rise above all of our partisan politics in moments like this. On Monday, Vice President Harris, she did her constitutional duty. She certified the election results, and it was really a historic moment to watch her call the votes for Donald Trump and then call the votes for Kamala D. Harris herself. She did what she was supposed to do. So I said all that to say, we've got to get to a point where we can rise above the racism, rise above the sexism, rise above just the foolishness. Because I also saw somebody say that really he embarrassed his wife.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
because she, and the thing is, I mean, look at it like this. Okay, yeah, it's not, oh, he probably didn't vote for, he didn't vote for her. But one, if your wife shook her hand, shake the woman's hand. It's still the vice president. Two, you know, the Republicans won. So like, it's not like you're conceding to her or something like that. Republicans won. Shake her hand. Like I just don't. And it's because we try so hard sometimes to like make things not seem what they are. But I mean, he didn't even look at the woman,
he
and that
said
has
thank
nothing.
you.
He did. That's just I'm saying he didn't look at her. He didn't. And then people were playing the video from 4 years. No, yeah, 4 years ago. Well, not 4, 6 years ago, when Mike Pence swore in his wife and he shook Mike Pence's hand, was smiling, all that stuff. Now, granted, a lot can change in 6 years. The man might have just been having a bad day. But the defending the why he didn't shake her hand, I'm just not buying it. He had a cane. You know, I mean, people have canes that still. It was people older than him that approached the vice president that day and were shaking her hand. So I'm just not buying the whole he had a cane. That's why he didn't shake her hand. That's not the reason.
No.
That's all.
Because you respect the office, and you see, especially when it comes to veterans, all the time they will get up out of their wheelchair. They will muster every bit of strength they have to respect the office, whether you like the person or not. There are plenty of people who shook Joe Biden's hand over the past 4 years that don't like him, but you respect the office. And we have to take note that this is going to be something that goes down in history. When they replay this video, this isn't a video from the 1960s. This is from 2025, where a white man will not shake the hand of a black vice president that just so happened to be a woman. It's crazy. But
yeah.
Welcome to America. Hey, they are excited. They are ecstatic.
They should be.
Donald Trump is coming back, and you're right.
We'll
They
see
should be.
how it goes. We will
But
see how it goes.
I at least from what I've seen from Majority Leader Thune in the Senate, I think he understands. I would say more so than Johnson, the Speaker of the House. He understands from an interview I watched on First Watch or something yesterday that it ain't gonna be as easy as they think it's gonna be.
Oh no! Like they still, and Johnson knows he just won't say. They still got to get a ton of Democrat support in the House to get anything passed. Like after the Trump appointments are made, he's going to have a one-person majority. Like,
yeah, because they're divided within themselves.
And the hardest thing is, I mean, for the next 2 years, and this happens to anyone who wins, sweeps all three. It happened to Obama, but Democrats still they lost seats in the House, but they didn't lose the House. But like, dude, like, there's no excuse now from in the voters' eyes. You have the White House, you have the Senate, you have the House. So in the next 2 years, if things aren't being pumped out, signed, and passed, people are gonna say, "Oh, well, thought you said y'all were going to do all these things. Where are the things?" So it'd be interesting to see if Democrats actually work with him. Is the question, because they're going to need some Democrats to help them. It's just point blank, unless they change the rules, which they're not going to do.
In Mike Johnson's acceptance speech, or whatever you want to call it, he kept talking or referencing minority leader Hakeem Jeffries,
Mhm.
and he said, "Hakeem, you said you was gonna work with us on,
Mhm.
So uh, I don't think Democrats are gonna work with them on a lot of stuff. And Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, I
Mhm.
saw an interview with her yesterday, and the person interviewing her said that Donald Trump said in the first 9 minutes of him being after the inauguration, he's going
Mhm.
to pardon the people from J6.
Mhm.
And they was asking Nancy Pelosi if she felt that it was okay for him to pardon everybody, including those who weren't necessarily violent.
Mhm.
And she said that really it was the intention behind it that's the problem.
Mhm.
That their motive was to harm people and really to not follow the Constitution of the United States.
Mhm.
So, at what point, going back to the Nebraska senator's husband, at what point do we? Most beautiful thing about Monday, Kamala Harris put country before party.
Mhm.
When are we gonna do that? Liz Cheney last few days ago got presidential, whatever you call it,
Medal of Freedom.
Medal of Freedom for putting her country before her party.
Mhm.
That is America. That's America, not all that other stuff.
Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that I was about to curse. It ain't happening. I'll put it like I was about to say that spit not happening. We're past the door of no return. This ain't nah. And what's crazy is, and I was talking to someone about, you know, in 2000, some Democrats and some people just thought George Bush was the devil and the worst person in the world. And oh my God, politics is at its worst. And 25 years later, like people would pray to go back to that type of politics. So I mean, when Ronald Reagan, people thought, oh my God, that's the worst politician in the world. Um, we ain't going back. No. What book? This is off script, but what so one of my coworkers who long story short, during the pandemic, one of my coworkers was like reading a bunch of books in his spare time because we had a lot of spare time in between work and stuff. And I started reading more books, and we talked about last season us reading more books and stuff. And I had to work a night shift last week, and a coworker he let hold a book. He was like, "Oh, Steven, you should read this book. It's called Zero Fail. It's just about how bad the Secret Service has been, and this is written before the Trump assassination attempt. It's just how the Secret Service came about, and how many presidents have been killed and all that stuff. So I am like 200 pages into the book. But what book have you read lately?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't been nothing but the Bible lately. Um, I was thinking about that yesterday. Um, I want a good book to read. Zero Fail, but you said you 200 pages in that book too doggone
It's
long.
400 pages.
Books that long lose me.
Well, see, I just can't read nonfiction. If it's about something real, I'll be okay. I mean, it's okay. It's a decent read. What was I about to say?
Because most books that long start to get redundant. It
Well, and see, this doesn't because it's starting from,
kind of
the
like
first,
Countdown.
yeah, I mean, it's starting from the first president to get popped, and then, so it's progressing.
Mm.
So like I just got past JFK and stuff. Yeah, so we'll see. I got another book, and I'm not enjoying it. Someone was saying like it's a book that you read if you're covering Texas politics,
Mm.
and man, I am like 60 pages in, not enjoying it. It's not what I thought it was going to be. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so y'all
you
let
need a
us
book this
know,
month, Micah.
huh?
You need a book this month.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
not the Bible.
Yeah. I'm about to get back into my routine of reading, and y'all let us know if we're gonna do that book club. And I was told the other day that we should start back not with a kick of the week, but a kick of the month. Just
Okay.
A
That'll
couple.
help spread it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do kick of the month. I guess beginning of the month.
Yeah. Well, that would have meant we needed to show a shoe today.
But it's okay. Starting in February. No, it gives some time. When is the last time you bought a pair?
With my money,
Yeah.
it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been gifted uh a couple or 2 or 3 pair of shoes, and then I've been given a couple gift cards. So it's been a minute since I've bought one.
You should look with them gift cards. 'Cause there's been some sales.
Mm.
There's been some
I need to
sales.
do that today because I have one, and I
Yeah.
meant to do it last night, but I fell asleep. Oh, before we get into some extremely sad, heartbreaking news, and I'm really kind of being sarcastic a little bit,
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
but it is sad though.
You said heartbreaking. He's
For
100.
some people, I'm sure it is.
He's 100.
E- Either way, uh, I don't know if you have Apple TV or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know the full name of it. I think the final days of the life of Ptolemy Gray. It starts with a P. It's like PT something. Either way, is Samuel L. Jackson's most recent uh work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a show. I think it's like 10 episodes, 9 episodes. It is very good. Those who have Apple TV, it
Go
is
check it out.
is
What is
very
it
good.
about? I
And I
mean,
don't
like,
like scary stuff. It's slightly scary in my opinion. It is
you
probably
are.
not scary at all to y'all, but
Jeez.
it's very very good. It's very good.
I gotta check it out. Jimmy Carter, the Georgia's president, the former president of the United States, passed away a couple weeks ago. He was lying in state in Georgia, and this morning, not this morning, Tuesday morning, um, he will be transported to DC to lie. I mean, he was lying in repose. There's a big difference. Now he's going to be lying in state um, in DC, and his funeral is Thursday.
Mm.
Yeah, Georgia's governor. He was definitely he was Georgia's governor, Georgia's president. He was definitely more popular out of office than in office. He's a one-term president. Um, he did a lot of unique things. Some of those things were scrubbed the second he got out of the White House. I mean, he put solar panels on top of the White House, and then Reagan took them
Reagan took
down.
him
Different
down.
things. He deregulated government in some ways, but a lot of people know him for the humanitarian. So Jimmy Carter, 100 years old. He lived to 100, oldest living president. He lived to vote for Kamala Harris.
Mm.
Asterisk. And now he's gone.
I thought to myself, I said, you know what? Jimmy was intentional about getting out of here. He did not want to live during another Trump presidency.
Jimmy did not know who the president was.
Don't say that because I already have a little conspiracy theory of Jimmy did not vote for Kamala. He did not know
He
nothing.
had someone assist him, which is legal.
Not if you're like not coherent. No, it's not. You know,
She lost, so did his vote really
don't
tip the
say
scale?
that. It mattered. It
I
counted.
said tip the scale.
Oh, but yeah, nah, Jimmy don't know.
I gotta read another. So I've only read one of his books. He's written multiple books.
Like 30
But
something.
yeah, but there is a book that forgot her name, a CNN anchor. The day he died, she was actually in the middle of reading this book, and it's one of the books that he didn't write. Someone else wrote it, and so maybe we could read that. I got a picture of it. She said it's called "His Very Best Jimmy Carter: A Life" by Jonathan Alter. That's the book.
Mm,
So maybe we read that. You ain't
sure.
gonna read it. You see the price?
How much to pray?
It said hardcover is 36. It says paperback from $10. I don't know what that means. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
36. They tax.
That's that hardcover, but that's on Amazon. Oh, I need to see if it's at Half Price Books. Do y'all have Half Price Books in Georgia?
Like where you can walk in? Like a store you can walk in?
Yeah, it's called Half Price Books. They're really big here.
I don't know. I know the Barnes and Nobles over there in dang, off Moreland and stuff. They closed it.
Oh, let me see. His very best.
It's a Marshalls over there now for those who like to go.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna get it from Half Price Books. They got it for $17.
The hardback?
I don't know. No, this is new trade paperback. Well, I guess it's paperback. I don't know. I have no idea. But oh, it said online only. No, I don't want online. I could buy a used copy for $10. There we go. Yeah. So maybe we read that book this month.
And it's called what?
His Very Best. His Very Best, Jimmy Carter, A Life. And y'all can read it too and learn about Jimmy Carter. And you know how you've talked, Micah, about, you know, the United States voters, you know, the pendulum swings really hard depending on who the current president is, and people want a big change, you know. So Nixon was president, and then of course he stepped down, but so mistrust and all that stuff. And so the country swung so hard to this just clean cut old shucks guy who's a farmer from South Georgia. That's how he won.
Then swung hard again.
To Reagan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Man,
so it does that every time. It just yeah.
Brett Baer was talking about when the certification happened on Monday. Brett Baer was talking about how immediately after January 6th, like, I'm gonna get the number wrong, there more than 50% of people polled said Trump was not fit for office, and then every year after that, like by the time we got to 2024, the unfit for office declined to like 6%. Like it was like they weren't judging him based on January 6th anymore. Because I mean, I will say this on record that he has the greatest political comeback in the history of politics, at the very least, American politics. This dude was wrote for dead. Like it was, people didn't think he was going. This is the greatest political comeback,
and he's literally a convicted felon.
Yeah,
and he he a thug. Well, I shouldn't say a thug, but he yeah. You got to give credit where credit is due. It is what it is. He won. As far as political victories, he will go down as one of the greatest winning presidents.
And this goes back to the shaking hand part, right? And I understand we all have our biases and things, right? But like still to this day, like I have some people in my circle or just around me, they're like, man, I can't believe you like talk to Trump, like from a negative standpoint. Like, oh, why'd you shake his hand? Like, what do you mean?
It's the doggone president.
Shaking a Republican president, shake a Democrat president, like it's still the president. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, so all right, guys, thank you for watching episode 1 of season 2 of the Dialed In Show. We are back, y'all. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
All right, Paula Dean.
We are back, y'all.
But that's a little controversial too. She called people niggas. So
Oh my god. Wow. Okay. We're way to end the show with a bang. We'll see you guys next week.
We love you, Paula. Bye, y'all.